Hey, what's up everyone? Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye here, and I really wanted to talk about a popular lens that is going to sell a ton when it becomes released. That is the Tamron 15-30 2.8 VC, vibration control. And why am I bringing this up? You know, it's not a preview necessarily. It's not something, because I already made a video about the preview of this when it was announced, but now we're waiting for the release. I was actually at Photoplus recently. I'll show you a picture of the lens, and I actually was able to touch it and go hands-on. Wasn't able to shoot with it, but I wanted to kind of give you a more detailed and more of an opinionated review that I've actually held this lens and just kind of compare it to something and just show you what it is. So let's talk a little bit more about it. It's not going to be a super long video. It's not an in-depth review, but it's something to get really, really excited for, and I don't hype up lenses. Let's go! Photoplus, you have a ton of different camera brands, accessories, and everything there. And as I said, I went to the Tamron booth and I was looking for specifically the Tamron 15-30 f2.8 VC lens. And it's going to be the most popular lens that's going to sell in a long time. Tamron finally puts out something good. A lot of people will argue different lenses that sold really well. All that aside, the 15-30 is going to be a really, really popular selling lens. I've been really waiting since I've heard about this lens to at least touch it, and I have. So I'll pop up a picture here about it being in its display case. I wasn't able to take a picture of it outside for some reason, but the guy actually let me handhold it and kind of just get a comparison, and this is what I want to share with you guys. And so basically, you know, it is what it's hyped to be. The thing you don't realize is how bulky this lens really is. And, you expect it to weigh, less than what, typical like 24-70 or 24-105 does, but actually it will equate to a 24-70 2.8 on the Canon and Nikon side, and like the 24-105 Sigma, which actually has a decent amount of weight and bulk. So this isn't as small or slim as it seems. It's actually pretty large. Its build, I think, is almost equal to the Art series of Sigma lenses. So Tamron is really stepping up their game for something like this. Once again, I wasn't able to do image quality tests or anything like that, so I wanted to tell you guys about the weight. That was a big factor for a lot of people. So it's not going to be this lightweight travel lens. It's going to be, a really good lens. It's not equivalent to it's not as big or as large, especially the front end, as like a Nikon 14-24, which is a massive paperweight. Obviously produces great quality images, but this will have its VC. The guy hinted to me that the price is going to be, there's nothing official, between $1,100 to $1,300 US dollars. Shouldn't be anything more or less, so it's going to be right in, in between a lot of lenses. So there's the Tokina that a lot of people are trying to argue about, the saying, it's like, $600 to $800 that you can get, but then it's in between the Canon, Nikon equivalents, and everything to that regard. So, so what would you do? But essentially, as I said, its weight feels good, and you actually might be able to use your least systems on this, because the bulbous front, when you look at these lenses, it's got its own built-in hood, and it's got its own bulb element. The bulb doesn't stick out as much. You still can't really use screw-on filters or anything. You don't need anything, as it seems, specific, like these thousands upon thousands to use on like a 14-24 or something large of that nature. So it's pretty big, from the base. It's slimmer, it gets a little bigger to the top, but then it kind of goes, smaller again. So you might be able to actually use kind of what you already have, which is huge. So just really wanted to kind of tell you that. I got hands-on with it. It's a really solid build quality. It's got a really decent weight to it, and it's something I'm extremely excited for. And, I looked, my preview video looking back, I was like, oh, okay, cool, I've been looking into it, but now getting onto this lens, I'm going to get it. Hopefully as soon as it comes out. If anything, I'm going to test it, review it for everyone first, and then I'm going to go, and then I'm going to probably purchase it. But so I really wanted to, if you guys have any other questions or comments, maybe something that I'm missing or something, write that down below. I'll tell you as much as I can. Once again, we weren't allowed to actually shoot on a camera, but, I was able to actually touch and physically hold this lens, and I am completely sold on it. It's a really cool thing, and it's hard for me to get some of the third-party things because, I've been very let down in the past, but Sigma's put out a great art line, and it seems like Tamron is trying to fit into the mark, and I think that they will. So it's going to be a popular lens in the future. Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye. Quick, hands-on, first look kind of thing, and it's really exciting for the photography industry. Should be really well. Keep an eye out, guys. Have a good one.